What was Venice Beach before?
How many ugly walls do you drive by every single day? And how many billboards bombard and attack you on your way to work? And what story are we telling ourselves with this landscape? Apparently, on my way here today, I found out that I'm an empty shell of a man who suffers from erectile dysfunction. And how do I cure that? I buy a new iPhone or a big new truck. And if I can't afford those, then I get numb myself with booze and escape to TV land. So the question is, how do we change this narrative? And instead of believing that we must freeze the fat, we tell ourselves that we're already beautiful. We can take back the landscape of our communities one wall at a time. Sitting in traffic on a commute, our minds race to our iPhones, our to-do lists, the past, or the person that just cut you off. Now, driving past this, how does that make you feel? Or this? It makes me take a breath every time. Using our urban environment as a canvas, I choose to beautify Earth. Imagine a world where every blank wall is an opportunity for an artist to shine, to spark a conversation, and inspire change. I seek to interrupt your commute with a pleasant moment, a moment that I like to call a pleasant interruption. I started out to make a positive impact in my community, and I've been humbled by some of the responses of how people interact with my murals. People stand in front of these murals, and they take pictures, and they really open up. For example, a young woman stood in front of this mural, and she opened up about her rape. And she said, "I am not a victim. I am worthy and responsible for my life." I woke up one morning, and of course, the first thing I do is grab my iPhone, check Instagram, who's messaged me, and I woke up to this post by a mother who's battling with cancer. She's on her third bout of chemo, and she's struggling with feeling beautiful. She mentioned how she covers up, she wears hats to hide her thinning hair. And in that moment, she stood strong, and she stood tall for her daughters, for those she's in treatment with, and she reclaimed her beauty. Painting late one evening in Santa Monica, a man stopped and watched me paint. I asked him how he was doing, and he began to share about his addiction to alcohol and how it's affected him and taken him down a really dark path. He told me, "Thank you for painting this. If I would have seen this 30 years ago, my life may be drastically different." Keep painting, because you don't know who you may inspire and whose life you may change. In 2015, my team and I went out to Clarksdale, Mississippi. The city's in decay, violence is rampant, and these kids don't graduate school. Imagine if you looked at this every day. Now imagine if you can change just one of those buildings. We painted a girl daydreaming about where her path may lead. What's after high school? Where's she going? We also painted a blank vision board with the words goals and dreams written above it. It takes courage to ask a stranger to share their dreams. And here I am asking them to paint them on a public wall for everyone to see. Some were apprehensive at first, while others charged away. I remember one young man tapping me on my shoulder, and he asked me to paint his dream for him. I handed him a brush, and I stood next to him and watched him paint his dream. It's the little house right there in the corner. I put dream on top of it. One by one, they grabbed brushes, a little bit of paint, and began to paint their dreams on this board. Dreams of becoming dentists, doctors, soldiers, moving to New York, or becoming stars in Hollywood. This was truly a life-changing moment, not just for these kids, but for me as well. Through my work, I changed the visual landscape, the negative messaging that surrounds us. With a little bit of paint and a lot of love, I choose to bring life to a neglected wall that may dare you to dream, to feel beautiful, to challenge you to live in possibility, and to love. By having a conversation with one wall, I'm able to have conversations with countless of people that I may never personally meet. Over 40,000 people drive by these walls on any given day. Walls will be built, and walls will be torn down. And I'm not the only one using walls to create community, to be inclusive with our neighbors. My dream is that together we can beautify this earth through our individual gifts and talents. This is how I do it. And I'd love to see your way. I'm gonna play. As you can see, I don't do this alone. With my team at Beautify Earth, other artists I collaborate with, and the community that volunteers with us, we paint the world in color.